always the people are afraid also to use these big rocks because they will tell you, hey, what happens if it falls? But I think never this happened before to you that aquarium broke or something. The bigger the rocks, the better.
I just try to explain you there's different kind of possibilities to plant the plants. This was a traditional way, to using all the kind of HemiOntoes single one, and now it's also be available for the what you can use is for example the plants from in vitro directly on a steel net. So if you are a little bit too afraid to make something like this, you can also have good experience if you just make things like this and put a little bit of the soil over there. This is just when you want to make a quick experience or a quick result, you can making something like this. This is more the traditional way, and this is the way for the people who don't have time, like me. No. And if you're making a tank only with a steel net, the HemiOntoes, you're having a closed carpet in 2 or 3 weeks. It's just to show you the different kind of ways to plant the plants. So if you have an in vitro plant, there's 3 very important things you have to know. There is no algae in the cup. There are no snails in the cup. And there are no pesticide. So if you have shrimps in the tank or customers with very sensitive shrimps, you can't destroy them with plants. So now I plant the Staroguna. Is a very nice plant. And the Staroguna, also a big fortune of the in vitro plants is that the plants, just to show it, the plants are in the size of the underwater conditions, so the plants are very tiny. And this, when you get sometimes immerse growing plants, they are very big, and the plants in vitro are still small. So, also important is to, when you plant the tank, maybe to making bigger groups from one sort. It's more impressive than you have every 2 centimeter other kind of plant. So I just finished here the Staroguna. So before I start with the next plant, I just want to show you something special. I have here Eleocharis acicularis. This is a Hare Grass, traditional Hare Grass. Huh? Very high. And this is a dwarf variant, Pabula. You see the difference? But also the Eleocharis acicularis normally grow not so big like this. And if you plant traditional plants like the Eleocharis, you can use them. They are growing very good. But when I want to use them in the middle ground like here, it looks not so good. It's bigger than the tank. So the most important, what you have to do, take the plant and cut the plant. You help the plant with them because these are overwater leaves and the plant can't use it. So the energy of the plant is this. And then you can plant it and they're growing small underwater leaves out there. Just plant it like this. And I show it in front like this, that you only can see this here. That's enough. So I just plant some of the Eleocharis here on the left and on the right. And here I finished some HemiOntoes later because we have to search some. We have to less. And that last plant I put behind the Echinodorus tenellus. They're getting a little bit higher, maybe 10 centimeter. And then the rest is here Eleocharis and HemiOntoes on this side. And then I'm finished. And Chris I finish them in 5 minutes and then I making own.
You like the design? In fact, it looks like a mountain. It's like a scenery from the mountains. Really nice rocks.
I'm nearly close to finish the scape, so we only have a little bit HemiOntoes we can find, but I have one pot HemiOntoes left, and this is also very important to show you maybe also how to plant a traditional HemiOntoes in an aquarium. You take the pot, remove the stone wool, maybe you have to keep a half a centimeter, that's very important. Then you have the pot, then you divide the pot in the half. Then you have two different, and then just making like this. And this is important, the stone wool under the plant, because this is like an anchor. If you make it like this, you don't be afraid that you the plant's floating after filling. So just take one of this piece and put inside here. And when we fill the water, the stone wool is the anchor and the plant is down. I put the rest here inside, and then we can fill the water. So that's the finished planting, and as you see, for sure, I never use water for it, because it's much easier to plant the tanks without water. It's not necessary. It's only necessary to spray the plants if you are more than 2 hours or 3 hours, or you want to watch a football game, something else, then you have to spray the plants. Now, this is also the last step of the scape, to watering the plants. So, and then I have a special trick. Taking this kitchen towel, you also can use a newspaper, but if you have a bad newspaper, it harms your water. So, I just make this to cover the plants, that they are not drying out. And this is also the way you can transport aquariums. So I cover them a little bit here, just the front. And it's also good because it avoids that later the plants coming up, because the water make down the plants on the ground. So this is also, like I told you, the way to transport all the thing. So then I'm using normally you can use a hose or something else, but this is not necessary in this case. The most important to make it slowly enough at the beginning, so that the water goes through the towel up to the surface. Normally I have to take care very, very slowly. This is a little bit too fast, but for the show we make it so. So the first 20 centimeters are the most important, because when all the stones or when all the ground is covered, then we are in the safe. It's getting faster and faster. All the soil is covered, so I can remove this. So the most important is that the most plants are in the same, that they are not floating over there. So we have 30 liter, this is the 40. So I think maybe we have maximum 50 liter here in this tank, but it's not necessary to fill them completely up. So you can play also with the high of the water level. So you can keep the tank like this. It's not necessary like this, so you have the stone outside the water. It's also special when the rocks come out of the tank. And this is finished. And we are starting now to install the lamps and making a little bit clean, and after you can make a picture if you want. So I thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you a nice show and many success, and maybe you will see us tomorrow or the next few days later. Thank you very much.